What's up, Cookinators? Welcome back to another movie review. I know it's been a while since I've made a longer video for YouTube, but with this, I am reviewing, including spoilers, Jurassic World Rebirth. And toward the end of the video, I will be ranking all the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World movies. So this movie is directed by Gareth Edwards, who also directed 2014's Godzilla, Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, and recently he directed a movie called The Creator. And these are all really good movies. And when I heard he got attached to the Jurassic project, I got excited. But once I've heard the behind the scenes stuff, Universal Studios didn't really give the director much time to make this movie. So the director didn't really have that much creative time to make the movie, and he had a specific date to get this movie done by. Which I feel like the movie itself kind of reflects that, because the movie, it was okay. It's not the best movie at all. It's not the worst. It's at least better than Jurassic World Dominion, as a lot of people tend to agree. But running down the plot real quick, we have this assembled team assigned to collect DNA samples from 3 of the biggest dinosaurs in the world, one from land, one from sea, and one from air, in order to create this medicine that they can sell and release to the world. They later on encounter this small family, and everyone is trying to survive this island full of regular dinosaurs and other mutated dinosaurs. So starting off with the very beginning of the movie, it says 17 years ago, which that would date back to 2008, which I would assume that's around the time that the Indominus Rex was created for the Jurassic Park that we see in Jurassic World back in 2015. That would mean that the park officially opened between 2001, when Jurassic Park 3 released, and 2008, when supposedly that's when they started making mutations with other dinosaurs. Because I don't remember if they ever stated when the park opened in Jurassic World. But later on, we follow this worker in this research facility opening up the cage that contains the scary looking, Rangor looking from Star Wars D-Rex. And he just happens to be hungry. He snacks on a Snickers bar. The wrapper drops and falls, follows him into the cage, but gets sucked into the door vent and triggers a security alert. So everyone has to abandon the facility, leaving that worker in the cage with the D-Rex, and he gets snatched. Which I'm not mad at that he got snatched, because that was super dumb. Out of all the Jurassic Park, Jurassic World opening scenes, this is the dumbest one. After that, we later on get to the plot of everyone meeting, starting with the billionaire played by Rupert Friend, whom I've only ever seen in a movie earlier this year, Companion. So his character meets up with Scarlett Johansson's character, Zora. He proposes to her a risky mission, but involves a reward of millions of dollars. And then they meet up with Jonathan Bailey's character, Dr. Henry. Now with Jonathan Bailey, he's more well known from the Bridgerton series, but I've only ever seen him in Wicked. And he will reprise his role in the Wicked sequel later this year. And then they explain the plot about collecting the DNA from dinosaurs, and that part of the dialogue that got repeated like 2 or 3 times. And I was like, "Didn't you say that already? Come on, let's move on, please." And following that is an awkward silence of Dr. Henry eating Altoids for 20 seconds, contemplating on whether to go on the mission or not. And it was so awkward to sit through, and then they left. Moving on, then they meet up with Mahershala Ali's character, Duncan, whom he has worked with Scarlett Johansson's character before. They recruit him along with his boat that they need and the crew to get to the island that's close to the equator, in which supposedly they explain that the equator is a better habitat for the dinosaurs to live on, since the rest of the world, where basically most of the humans are, is bad for the dinosaurs. Now, I'm just kind of skimming through the movie kind of quick, but later on they get on the boat and then we get to meet the family that involves a father, his two daughters, and the oldest daughter, she brings her boyfriend with them, which a lot of people don't really like about that character, but 3C Films, I've watched his review on the movie, and he brings up a good point that his character, we first see him as this lazy bum and not really want to take on responsibility, but apparently it was just an act. There's more to him than meets the eye. He realizes that his girlfriend, the older sister, is going to NYU, and he is not really in that mindset. And when he has a talk with the dad of like, yeah, I don't even know why she's still with me, but the dad starts to notice that side of him of being more responsible and caretaking. But I want to talk about the dinosaur encounters real quick. First off, we got the mosasaur that meets the small family on their sailboat, which is kind of a cool scene. And then when they get picked up by the first main team that we focus on, not only does he return, but he brings these amphibious Spinosaurs with him to help him hunt. And that's where we start to see some of the crew members get taken one by one, which that was kind of a scary scene to sit through. And once everyone is kind of briefly met, they get split up again once they kind of crash landed to the main island. So with the assembled team, they meet up with these gigantic sauropods, which we get a cool callback to the first Jurassic Park with the iconic theme song. I was like, yes, this is what I'm talking about. And Jonathan Bailey's character, not only does he hit some cool one-liners, which kind of gave Dr. Malcolm vibes from the original Jurassic Park, and he gets really emotional to not only get close to the dinosaurs, but to pet them as well. Later on, we cut to the family. Earlier, I talked about the boyfriend and the dad having that talk. The boyfriend leaves to go take a leak, and as he does that, a scary scenario happens behind him, and he dares not to look. But the velociraptors try to hunt him, and the big old pterodactyl snatches him out of nowhere. That was kind of a awkward, scary, yet funny scene to watch. And then after that commotion happened, he's scared for his life, and he continues to piss in the jungle. Later, we get another kind of a suspenseful scene with the pterodactyl, or the, what's it called? Quattrel, whatever that big bird thing is. The mother sees the two humans messing with an egg, and it eats another crew member whole. I'm like, no, why? But on that cliff that everyone is on, there's supposedly a hidden temple that no one's cared to bring up of like why it's here, who made it, nothing like that. I'm like, bruh, I want to know. After that, we cut back to the family. They're trying to find a boat to get to the village faster, but they end up finding a raft instead. We get a sequence with the T-Rex, which he kind of rolls around in the grass like a dog and just yawns. I'm like, that's nice. So nice. But he gets woken up by the raft opening up, and he just quickly disappears. I'm like, where'd he go? And then we get the scary sequence with him curiously stalking the family on the raft and tries to munch. That was kind of scary to watch through. Especially when he takes a bite of the raft while the youngest daughter was under the raft trying to travel that way. But luckily she escaped. But that was... Nope, I'm good. And then once everyone kind of meets up again, there's like conflict, kind of rusing, and then we get introduced another mutated dinosaur. They look like velociraptors fused with pterodactyls, and that's kind of a callback to the raptors in the kitchen scene from the first Jurassic Park movie. And then we get a glimpse of the return of the D-Rex, which that's another kind of complaint since they've been promoting hard on this D-Rex. But this beast, he's been in the movie for like maybe 5 minutes. So not that long. But that thing starts to chase everyone down. And Mahershala Ali's character, he sparks up a flare, attracting the D-Rex, leading him away from everyone, making that big sacrifice. And supposedly, what it looked like that when the flare went gone, he went gone. But we don't really see that. We just see the flare light gone, while everyone else gets to the boat and safely escapes the D-Rex. And then once they get to more open water, they see another flare. Supposedly, he survived. Which, how? They don't elaborate on that either. He just got back on the boat with them. And then we get to the end where, by the end, the billionaire also got eaten. So the medicine is left with the other people. And they're contemplating on what to do with the medicine. Which, that would leave a possible start point to maybe a sequel to this movie. Which, I really don't know if that's still gonna happen, because this movie's making good money so far, but I really don't know if we need another Jurassic movie. I don't even know if this movie was ever needed to begin with, because Jurassic World Dominion, if you look on their poster, their main poster, it says the end of the Jurassic era, but then we get another Jurassic movie, but a rebirth. Make up your mind, Universal. Do we really need more dinosaurs? But yet, yeah, apparently we do. We're a sucker for looking at dinosaurs on the big screen. So overall, this movie's okay. I kind of liked it. I just mainly didn't like it, though. So now we are going through the whole Jurassic franchise and ranking them 1 through 7. Starting at number 7, Jurassic World Dominion. Mainly because the old crew with the new crew, it didn't really work that well. And the elaborating part with the young girl and with her blood situation, it just got weird. I don't know. At number 6, we got Jurassic World Rebirth. Yeah, I tolerate this a bit more than Jurassic World Dominion. And yeah, I've already expressed my thoughts and feelings on it. Number 5, we got Jurassic Park Lost World, the second one. Now, I've seen the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World movies before a while ago, but I recently did a marathon a month ago. I forgot how dumb this movie was. It's still enjoyable, but like the movie kind of lost me for some parts. But this is the movie that some of the world got introduced to a dinosaur in real life in San Francisco. Number 4, we got Jurassic Park 3. This is a fun one, especially when you get back to the main island with Alan and new set of people, which I'm not a fan of the divorced couple, but I like the kid since he survived for weeks or months. And that Spinosaur, whew. And number 3, we got Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. This was really fun to watch. Very sentimental, especially with the dinosaurs falling off the cliffs on that island and abandoning the one sauropod left on the island for it to die, sadly. But it does get a little bit weird, but in a logical sense with when we first find out about the girl with her blood DNA. Number 2, we got Jurassic World 1. This really felt like Jurassic Park, but on steroids in a way. It was kind of a breath of fresh air. We get like some modern technology worked on this movie. Some of the horror is still there. The Indominus Rex is super scary. We got some cool action sequences, especially with the human and dinosaur team up. I really like it. And of course, at number 1, we get Jurassic Park 1. It's a classic. I don't think anything could beat it. This is where the whole journey started. And that is my spoiler review for Jurassic World Rebirth and my ranking on the whole Jurassic franchise. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a like. Subscribe if you haven't already, and click on the bell so you guys won't miss any of my videos when they come out on my channel. And lately, yeah, I have been posting a lot more movie reviews just on TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts. So, yeah, make sure you click on that bell so you guys won't miss any of the reviews that come out. But until next time, later.